And we'll move on to our next coach from USF, Brian Gregory. His Bulls claim the number 8 seed in the American Athletic Conference Championship and will play the opening game in the first round on Thursday versus number 9 UConn at 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central Time. Coach Gregory, please tell us about your team heading into the championship.
Sure. Obviously excited about, opening up the entire tournament. I thought we did some good things during league play. Obviously, played a tough stretch lately. Banged up a little bit without LaQuincy over the last 2 games, but have done some good things. Obviously not quite good enough. We're 0-7 against the top 4 teams in the league, and then 8-3 against everybody else. So we've made some progress. There's no doubt about it. We're not exactly where we want to be, but we're making progress. And I think we've had a good year. And now you start over. Everybody's on the same page, and everybody's got to play. And hopefully, we're able to play better and continue to a season that's been very, very good and get some wins in the tournament in advance and see where we're at. But I like our guys. Our guys have been great the whole year. I think, as I said, as a program, we've made some significant strides this year. And, if we can get healthy for the tournament, I like where our guys are at mentally.
Thank you very much, Coach. To our media members, star 1 on your keypad to ask a question of Coach Gregory, and we will open it up at this time.
We'll take our next question from Joey Knight with Tampa Bay Times.
Morning, Coach.
Good morning, Joey.
We've talked before about the recruiting strategy you guys had to employ when you first got the job. And those 3 freshmen you brought in that first year, Justin and David and Alexis, have all panned out incredibly well. Can you just speak to the collective contribution of that group?
Yeah, they've have obviously had such a positive impact on the program for us. Obviously on the court, off the court, all 3 are great students. All 3 are high level guys. So just in terms of, trying to build a program and the important aspects of it off the court, they've done a great job of. But, as players, they've all gotten better. They've all, kind of embraced the work ethic that is a big part of our program, and a big part of, the developmental piece is so important for us where we were at as a program a little less than 2 years ago when we took over. My staff's done a great job in terms of just spending time with those guys and evaluating and then getting on the court and working. And those guys obviously have to embrace that. They've done a great job of that. But, when you're in a complete build it up mode like we were 2 years ago, you got to catch a break. And we caught 3 of them. We did. With those 3 guys, I had never seen any of them play live ever. No one on the staff had seen them play live. We went out in the spring and got to see some open gyms, but, we did a lot of film study on them, and that can get you some evaluation, but, a lot was based on, recommendations from their coaches and from other guys that had seen them and different things like that. But, we couldn't be choosy, as you know, Joey, during that time. We had we took those guys because we thought they could be good players from what we saw, but it was more through our phone conversations and the 3 days that they spent on a visit that sold us that those guys could be integral parts of what we were building.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Yep.
We'll take our next question from Don Wade with the Daily Memphin.
Yeah, Coach, obviously you had a up-close look at Jeremiah Martin's second half down there, but you had a couple tough games with Temple and Shizalston as well. Just how would you compare those 2 guys? How are they similar? How are they different? How do you try to deal with them?
Well, you know, the thing with both those guys, they have the unique ability to create scoring opportunities for themselves and for other guys. They can get a shot off at any time that they want. You know, so offensively, they give a great boost to your team, because even when things aren't going well, they're going to be able to create a shot for themselves that's a high percentage shot, or create a shot for somebody else without running any offense at all. You know, I think the thing that goes unnoticed, because they're both such great scorers, they're tremendous with the ball. You know what I mean? I mean, that they are just tremendous with the ball. And I think right now it's a lost art, ball skills, and being able to get to the spot that you want to get to and be able to rise up and shoot it. You know, I think, you know, when you look at both those guys, they can carry a team, and that's what a great advantage that is. You know, when everybody else is struggling, they can carry the team, and I mean, they're the kind of the new guard. They can get 30 and they can get 10 assists, and you know, both those guys have an unbelievable future. There's no doubt about it. You know, I said last year at this time, you know, I think Memphis had 21 wins, and we were getting ready to play him, and he had been hurt for 6 games, and when he got hurt, he was leading the league in scoring. You know, so it's no surprise to me with him, and obviously Shiz has done it his entire career there.
Should they be co-players of the year? I mean, they've actually each scored 610 points in 31 games.
But you asked me who I voted for?
Well, I guess what I'm saying is you reveal that if you want to, but you know, is it one of those deals where it's, you know, you hate for anybody not to get it between those two?
Yeah, you'd be splitting hairs between those two in terms of who had a better year. You know what I mean? You'd be splitting hairs on that, because I think the impact that they made on both those on their teams and their team's success was tremendous.
Thank you.
Yep.
And Coach Gregory, can you give us your impressions on UConn heading into your first round matchup?
Yeah, you know, obviously it's always interesting when you get in the league tournament. We just played them 8 days ago and lost a tough game on the road at their place. You know, I think Danny's done a great job. You know, I know how difficult it is. You know, meshing a couple new guys that he was able to get late, and the guys that were there, obviously with some of the injuries that they had throughout the year. If you take a look, you know, it derailed their season. You know, it just did. And Adams back, played tremendously well yesterday, played great yesterday. You know, and if you take a look, that's one of the things that's kind of a common theme in our league right now. You know, some of the upper echelon teams have been very, very fortunate to be able to stay intact with all their players. And, you know, with the injury with El Tariq and then with Jalen, you know, it's hard to get in rhythm as a team. And I think they lost some close games. They're tough. The big kid inside, Josh Carlton, is he's playing great right now. Last 3 games, he's been off the charts. But, you know, they're a team that is dynamic in transition, can really get after you defensively, and now they got the low post scoring threat, and with Jalen Adams back, you know, they're as good as anybody around, and that you have to play extremely well for 40 minutes, because offensively they can really play in transition and in spurts and score points in bunches, and so you got to be really sharp defensively. You got to be great on the glass, and you got to take care of the ball against them.
Thank you, Coach. And
Yep.
What do the Bulls need to do to be able to advance into the next round?
Well, you know, I think a big thing will be, you know, for us, you know, we got to get back. We did not defend well yesterday. We did not defend the way we had all year long, and give credit to SMU. It wasn't like we weren't playing against anybody. We were playing against a very good offensive team, and we just weren't very good defensively. So our thing the whole year long in terms of where we're at as a team and as a program, we need to defend well and we need to rebound well. And then that needs to steady the ship until our offense can create some opportunities or we can make some shots or we can get to the free throw line and make some free throws. So our game plan doesn't change much, but we do know, as I just mentioned, how explosive at times UConn's offense can be. And with another threat inside to score and the ability for Vitale to knock down threes and Polly shooting at a high rate, and with Adams back playing, he's a dual threat. So defensively, we got to play as well as we've played all year long to put us in a position to advance in this tournament.
Thank you very much, Coach Gregory. We appreciate the time, and we will see you in just a couple days in Memphis.
All right, guys. Travel safe. Thanks.